next up, we're going to be making one of my favorite desserts, a meghli. I have Dre with me here today. So, Dre, what is your favorite Mediterranean dish that we make at home?
So my favorite is probably this because of the cinnamon and the really nice texture it has. Kishik.
Kishik, yes. Now, can you tell us what kishik is?
It's kind of like a stew.
Does it have the yogurt in it too, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, lots of yogurt in Mediterranean foods. And this recipe is a dessert. So this is a recipe that they traditionally serve at Christmas time in Lebanon. There's just a couple ingredients and we're gonna make it here today. So Dre, the first thing that we wanna do, and this is a rice-based pudding, is we're gonna be using rice flour. So the first ingredient, we'll have half a cup of rice flour. So I'll have you grab that for me and put it in the pot. Okay, great. All right, and then we'll just set that aside. And then the next thing we want to add is our granulated sugar. So we need 3/4 a cup of granulated sugar. So we have a 1/4 a cup right here. So I'll have you do 3 scoops of that. Okay. All right, so we've got our rice flour and our sugar. So now it's time to add our spices. So for the meghli, the 2 spices that we're going to be using are, of course, cinnamon, our favorite that we've already discussed, and caraway. So we need 1 tablespoon of each. Now, if you prefer a little bit more cinnamon or if you prefer a little bit more caraway, you can kind of mix it up a little bit. But we usually do an even 1 tablespoon of each. And then we'll add our caraway. And I can already smell the cinnamon. It smells so good. Good job. Okay. So I'll just have you whisk these ingredients together to just mix the dry ingredients. Once we have the dry ingredients pretty well blended, the last thing we need to do is just add the water. So we'll need 4 cups of water. I'll pour this into here and then I'll have you pour it into the pot for us. So now who cooks the best? Do you agree that it's Teta that cooks the best or do you think it's Dad that cooks the best?
See, it depends what they're making because Tata makes basically everything better, but Dad makes some things better.
Oh, okay. All right, now we've got all of our ingredients whisked together. We're gonna put it on our stovetop. So what we wanna do is we wanna turn the stovetop to medium to high heat. Perfect. You can help me with that. You got it. Awesome. So we wanna bring it to a boil, and then once we bring it to a boil, we wanna make sure that we're whisking it, and we're whisking it pretty frequently so that way the rice flour doesn't start clumping or burning at the bottom. And it'll start kind of becoming like
thick.
Yeah, like a thicker texture.
It kind of has the same texture as like applesauce.
Yes,
We're going to say.
And then once it gets to that texture, what we do is we take it off the heat and then we put it in our cups and we get it ready to serve.
Yeah.
So as you can see, it's already kind of starting to thicken up. You want to stir that and start feeling the texture.
Yeah, you can feel it start to thicken up.
I can see it too. Yeah, once you start seeing the thickness come and the bubbles are coming up, you'll want to take it off of the heat. So we'll turn the stove off and we'll just
slide it up.
Yep, and we'll slide it up and we'll just give it a couple more whisks here. Okay, so now that we've got it at a good consistency, what we want to do is we kind of want to let it cool just a little bit, and we'll get some small serving cups and we'll begin getting it ready to serve with some toppings. Okay, now that we have our serving cups and our toppings, what we'll do is I'll start pouring them in the cups. This is a little hot and it's pretty heavy too, so you want to make sure that the adult is the one doing this part. And we'll just do 4 here, making a little bit of a mess in the kitchen. That's okay. All right. Okay, so now we've let our meghli cool and we've cleaned up our kitchen a little bit. It's time to add the toppings. So why don't you take these 2 and I'll take those 2.
think I'll do coconut with pine nut and then coconut with.
Ooh, mix it up a little bit. Nice. Okay. And then, of course, if you want, you can get fancy serving dishes. But we just grabbed some really quick, clear plastic cups from the store, and they work just fine because you can see what it is and you can see the toppings. Okay, great. This is a dessert that will actually stay fresh in your refrigerator for a few days, but I think it's time for us to do a little taste test. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
All right, let me grab some spoons here.
Thank you.
Okay, taste mine. Make sure I get some coconut and some almond.
That's really good.
Yeah, even while it's still a little bit warm, it's really, really good. Wow, that is delicious. Thank you so much, Dre, for helping me in the kitchen today. This recipe really did turn out great. Next up on Ruby's Recipes, Pick a Pita, we're going to be making our show's namesake, pita bread. You don't want to miss this.